Don't, jeez. Aloha, toy collectors and nerds. Welcome to Why It's Great Toys, Custom Edition. Today I'm talking about my customized 2009 Leader Class Optimus Prime from the Revenge of the Fallen line. This is actually my first credit card purchase. You know, this is the beginning of many bad choices with my credit card, mixed amongst good choices with my credit card, where I decided I have always loved the Michael Bay versions of Transformers. I think as a fan, I grew up with Beast Wars Transformers, which was already a pretty wild looking Transformer, and then Beast Machines, which really upped the wild of the look. You know, they really went all out with making their animation style very unique. But I really, with that being my background in Transformers, by the time Michael Bay's movies came out, it was nothing new to me seeing Transformers done in a wild way. But his style, he took the style from this very talented artist on his team and really made a fantastic looking set of Transformers. But Optimus Prime himself, without a doubt, to me, I'm like, this is the best Optimus Prime I've ever seen. It's so creative how it both looks like a man and looks like a robot and looks like a truck all at the same time. Here's a little glimpse of Optimus Prime before I painted him, where you can see the basic look of the mold. The design of Optimus Prime in that 2007 Transformers movie, seeing that on the big screen was just amazing. It was stunning. I can't believe what what I witnessed, and I wish I'd gone back and seen it twice. You know, I should have seen it twice on the big screen. But that being in mind, years later, this actually is my first custom figure. I thought I don't have the money for Masterpiece, but Masterpiece, obviously you can get that, and it already looks like the movie. But for me, I'm like, that's, you know, I don't have the money for that. So I decided, look, I'm going to go to Hobby Lobby. I know they have different types of paints and stuff. Let's see what they have. And I found a liquid metal pen, this was amazing because it actually gave legitimate reflective qualities to the metal I put it on, to the gray parts I put it on. But it was a little tricky to use. And like I said, this is my very first time custom painting something. So Optimus came out really rough, but I have to admit that I'm happy with how he looks. It's as if he was naked before and now he's clothed, where he looks a little bit more screen accurate. Obviously, you have a lot of toy bits and pieces that you just can't hide because this is a 2009 figure, and this was the best they could do with the technology at the time. And I'm still very happy with it. I love it. But you know, there's little things like the wheels are stacked, literally stacked on top of each other as opposed to side by side on his legs. There's little things like that you just can't do anything about. But you know, nonetheless, fine with me. You know what I mean? If you look at the 2007 Leader Class Optimus Prime, you can see it was a struggle for them to create this look. It's still pretty cool, but it's in no way, shape, or form screen accurate to Optimus Prime in the movie. So when it came to Revenge of the Fallen, you know they put Optimus Prime first. They're like, let's make this so screen accurate, or at least as physically screen accurate as we can. And he has a bit of a backpack, but that's not a problem, because as long as the front facade and the overall body parts move correctly, I'm happy. You know what I mean? And Transformers having backpacks is nothing new. Literally, Optimus Primal, I've grown up with every version of him, and you know, he's always had a backpack of some kind because you got to put that stuff somewhere. But I really absolutely loved painting this guy and I got this metallic marker set where once I'd silvered everything, I actually ran out of silver from that pen, so I ended up having to get some paint and really roughing it in there. But then I decided to fill in. I really paid attention to how he looked in different angles and different scenes. And, you know, there's little details where he has little copper parts in his arm, in his legs. And I tried to really look for all those little details and fill them in. And even on his torso, there's those jutted out metal pieces that I guess are supposed to be abs underneath the chest. But that red jutted out part, even that has a blue flame on it. So I used the metallic blue to put a flame on it. I used the metallic blue on his feet. It's not the strongest. It's not really the best pen, but it at least gave me a serviceable representation of the character. I just really wanted him to look how he's supposed to look. I even made sure to put silver in his ears and head wherever it was appropriate. Again, looking very detailed at the movie, trying to get the best possible representation. And I went a little bit overboard with the silver because it bled. I just didn't have, this is my first one. I did not have the best control of what I was doing. But I'm actually very happy with how it came out. So here is my custom Optimus Prime. I mostly just took these photographs, but I was very happy with how it came out, just to have something a little closer to what I saw on the big screen, and I'm still happy with it. And I would later get the Bone Crusher masterpiece when I decided, you know what, I'm not customizing any more Transformers. I'm just gonna commit and get masterpiece. If I have to wait to have the money, that's fine, but let's get it. So I got the masterpiece Bone Crusher just so I could have a sense of reference. Is this Optimus that I have the right Optimus to keep and to have? Is this one doing the job? And when I put him next to Bone Crusher, I was so relieved to find out, yes, their scales are basically accurate. They look good against each other, and now I'm happier than ever to have Optimus Prime, and definitely happy to have Bone Crusher. This is my first custom. I hope you'll like it, and I've told you how I made it, so if you happen to have the same figure and you've been thinking about customizing him, totally do it. It's worth doing it. You're not ruining the figure. And the thing is, I don't even bother transforming him. I'm so in love with the design of Optimus Prime. I have never transformed him. I don't need that. Although someday it would be nice to maybe get another one and have him in vehicle mode. But as far as I'm considered right now, I'm very happy with how he looks. And I never want to transform him because this design is so fantastic. And yeah, that's what I got to say. This is my custom 2009 Leader Class Optimus Prime from the Revenge of the Fallen Michael Bayverse line. I gotta give a hats off to the toy engineers, whoever figured out how to do this. How you cracked the molding, how you cracked the overall look of the character. It's very impressive. I hope you guys are still out there making stuff. I'm assuming so, because the Studio Series looks great overall. But hats off to the people who made this figure. I don't know anything about the making of toys. I just love toys. But I'm just so impressed with the figure as it was. One of my first things I wanted to do when I got Optimus originally is that at the time that I got him, Walking Dead had come out. So Walking Dead, McFarlane had these building sets, but I had the tower with the gates, and I had to see what it looked like, because one of my next credit card purchase was the Bumblebee Human Alliance that came with Sam. I found that the scale of Sam was not the same, but very close to the Walking Dead building set characters. And it just occurred to me, holy crap, I can have a bit of a diorama with my Transformers. Both the building set and the Transformer have these very realistic but also very dramatic, wild designs going on. I think they'll combine nicely, because one of the beautiful things about Michael Bay's movies, because I am a fan of Michael Bay's movies, although I haven't kept up with him since Transformers 5. But one of the things I really appreciate about Michael Bay's movies, not only does he shoot beautiful images and shoot beautiful locations, he will go to ruins and buildings that are falling apart. You know, he does have an appreciation for things that used to be beautiful that still kind of have a beauty about them, even though they're falling apart. Because he always does these ruins and stuff, when I have these Walking Dead building sets, it's just, oh shit, I get to have the whole package. I get to have a kind of a ruin mixed with these beautiful Transformers. This is kind of the beginning of a display that I would make recently, more recently, years later. But having Optimus Prime and Bumblebee next to these building sets that are these aged, decrepit places that are survivors of the Walking Dead are just hanging on to survive. You know, it's a very congruent image, you know, and I think I love being able to have that as a toy collector. I'm not just satisfied with having a cool looking toy. I want the whole thing. I like having a 3D element that I can touch, that I can interact with, that puts me in the universe of the characters. And so when it comes to these toys, I will mix universes if the scale is correct. And then I'm just having more fun with my toys, because I've always imagined, well, what if what if a Transformer ran into a Power Ranger, or what if, this or that happened. It's all good fun. So anyway, that being said, here's my custom Optimus Prime. I hope you like the look of it. I hope you didn't mind my little Michael Bay rant, but I'm a filmmaker first and a toy collector second. Or maybe right now I'm a toy collector first and a filmmaker second. But I just had to give kudos where it was due, and especially to this figure. You guys did really right, Hasbro, or whoever the hell made this figure. I'm really happy with it. To me, especially custom painted, it stands up to the beautiful masterpiece work, and I'm just happy to have that. So thank you very much to the people who made this figure. I don't know your names, but you really did something wonderful. If you stumble across this video, I'm incredibly grateful for your great work, and I can't wait to get more. So that's my video. Hopefully I'll see you next time.